Hello everyone, welcome to the TSS. In this class, we will discuss some practical applications of JavaScript's library called JQuery. In the last class, we had saw the basics of JQuery and its syntax. Now we will demonstrate that syntax by taking simple codes and comparison also. So finding HTML elements by ID. How we will find HTML elements by ID? How? That means first we will see the core JavaScript. So the core JavaScript way of finding HTML elements is, you already know in the last classes we already saw several times, document dot get element by ID, and in the parenthesis the ID should be given. Okay, this much of long code it is with the core JavaScript. Now with the jQuery you can see how compact okay the code is. Okay, this much of big line it is for simple selection of an element with the ID. Okay, document dot get element by ID. This much of long code we have to use, but with the jQuery library, so it makes the code very simple and compact. Just you can use dollar and then the selector. So we had saw the syntax now in the last in our class. Dollar, what is the syntax of jQuery? Dollar selector dot action. Only two, selection action, that's it. Right here also dollar, after that selection. What to select means ID to select. Here you can see hash tag will be there. Hashtag represents it is a ID. For ID accessing you need to give hashtag. Same CSS selectors concept here. Okay, so if you use this one, the elements whose ID is ID 01, those element will be selected and loaded into my element variable. So this much of compact our jQuery is when compared to core JavaScript. Okay, this is one example. And if you want to find elements by tag name, so first let us see with our JavaScript. So in a core JavaScript, how can we achieve this? We can achieve this with document dot get element by tag name. So see how many words, document dot get element by tag name, a big line of code. And then in the parenthesis we will use p means tag name, p means paragraph tag. So paragraph tag will be loaded. But with the jQuery library, selection is very simple. See, only two letters, that's it. Dollar and then brackets p, that's it. We no need to use this much of big code. It was very simplified, compact and very concise, right? Visually you will see the difference. Okay, so dollar selection p, so it will select the paragraph tag and load into my elements. And that is the case with the tag name. And if you want to find the HTML elements by class name, okay, class name, let us see with the core JavaScript. So you can see document dot get elements by class name, and in the parentheses some class name we are giving, right? But with the jQuery you can see how much simple it is. Dollar and dot notation will be used here. So dot notation means the it is applicable to class, it is a class. Okay, so by using this code, what the jQuery will do, jQuery will search the HTML document or web page and it will find whose elements class is intro, and then it will load that element into my element variable. Okay, visually you can see how much of less compact jQuery is when compared to JavaScript. So that's why all developers love to code with jQuery rather than code JavaScript, friends. Okay. So that's why it is very popular front end library, JavaScript library. Let us move to the VS Code and demonstrate these examples, friends. Okay, so this is I have created one HTML page, right? So I had created one h1 tag, two paragraph tags in the body. So it is appearing here jQuery, and then one paragraph tag a JavaScript library, and another paragraph tag jQuery makes front end scripting easy. Okay, it is appearing here. Now the most important point is here. Let me maximize. In the head tags we need to insert this external jQuery library URL. Then only our jQuery code in the script tags will work, right? So if you didn't insert this one, and if you use, then it won't work, friends, because the source code of JavaScript library jQuery library is here. Okay, so that is important. Now, so first method we will see finding HTML elements by ID. Okay, now so what to use first, dollar. If you want to select this h1 tag with id selection, okay, id selection. Now what we will do, just dollar, open the brackets, what we need to do, selection. So selection is, since it is an id, we need to use hash and heading. Okay, so then this will be selected. Okay, so if you want to see the inner text, then we can make use of HTML. That's it, and it will be stored in one variable, say x. Okay, and we will say some take alert function, alert x. That's it, simple. So if you want to do the same thing in our core JavaScript, what we have to use, document dot get element by id, and then what we need to give, this one heading, and then dot inner html. Okay, you can see the difference, how much long this code is. You can see here it is very compact. So this code and this code will do the same function. Okay, so that's why people will love to use jQuery rather than core JavaScript in the front end web programming. Okay, so now I am saving it. You observe here, sorry, here I need to give the parenthesis. Here you can see. So so it searches the document, and whose element id is heading, so it finds this element only, and dot html means the inner text will be loaded into the text, and we are alerting that text to the user. So that is jQuery is alerted, right? So that is the functional difference. Now next is tag name. Okay, so we can use the tag name also. Instead of heading I will use h1. Okay, simple h1. So it will go and search the entire document, it will find the tag, and it will store it in the x variable. So if there are multiple h1s, then it will store in the form of an array, friends. Okay, let me see, I am saving it now. Also jQuery is coming. Okay, for the change I will make some, add some text. Okay, library. Here you can see it is working. Now, so let us by class name. Let me make it as a class. So for class name we need to use dot txt. So then what this bit of code will do, it will search the all the elements whose class is text, and it will select this one, and it will store that inner content into the x variable, and it will alert it. Now I am saving it. Here you can see JavaScript makes front-end scripting easy. Okay, so how much compact this code is, let us see here. Okay, and if you do the same functionality with our uh, core JavaScript, then we need to use document dot get element by class name. So this much of code we have to use, and then dot inner text or HTML. Okay, so now with our jQuery library, we no need to use that much long codes. Okay, right friends. These are the examples, simple examples of our jQuery. In the next class, we will see some other examples, friends. Till then, bye bye. It's Vera signing off. Thank you for listening.